Okay, so today we're going to be diving into something that on the surface, might seem about as interesting as watching that proverbial paint dry Texas Notary Publics.
Okay. All right.
But the source material you sent
Yeah.
over websites, course descriptions, we even got a YouTube video in here. It tells a very different story.
Right.
This is way more interesting and way more important than just like being a rubber stamp.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's really interesting how many people kind of view it as just a simple side hustle you can pick up.
Right.
When it's actually, a position of pretty significant legal responsibility.
Yeah.
And there's a surprising amount of depth to it.
I know.
Especially now.
Especially now.
With online notarization becoming more and more prevalent.
Right. It's like you're this guardian of legitimacy in a world where signatures like actually hold power. And speaking of online notarization,
Yes.
that YouTube video you sent of Phyllis Traylor,
Yes.
pure gold.
She's fantastic.
She's great.
Isn't she?
Yeah, she like really dives into the nitty-gritty
She does.
of becoming an online notary in Texas.
Yes.
And she makes such a good point about like those tech requirements,
Yeah.
the digital certificates, the electronic seals.
Right.
It can seem kind of intimidating at first.
Yeah, it can a little bit.
But she breaks down why they're so crucial for security, especially, in the digital age.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like in the physical world.
Yeah.
You've got your, embossed seal and your special pen.
Right.
But in the digital world, those things don't really cut it.
They don't translate.
They need the digital equivalents to really guarantee that authenticity.
Yeah, and I loved how she made that analogy of the digital certificate being like a special ID card.
Yes.
But for online notaries, right?
Yes. Yes. It's a great way to kind of simplify it and break it down.
Totally.
But I think what's important to remember is, just like you wouldn't use your driver's license to verify your age at a nightclub,
Right.
you need the right digital certificate
Okay.
for online notarization.
Okay.
And these aren't one size fits all.
Right.
Some platforms have their own proprietary certificates,
Just
while others require you to obtain one separately.
Hmm.
That's where the research really comes in.
Okay, so are you saying before I even think about clicking, like become an online notary,
Yeah.
I need to know what I'm getting into?
Absolutely.
All right, now let's talk about the Texas Notary Public Online Training Academy.
Okay.
Their website alone.
Yeah.
More courses than a bakery has donuts.
It's amazing, isn't it? What I found really interesting, though,
Yeah.
is they really emphasize the weight of the notary public's actions,
Mm-hmm.
even highlighting the fact that you can be held personally liable
Yeah.
for negligence or fraud.
Okay, so this isn't just about witnessing signatures.
No.
There are consequences.
There are, yeah, if you don't take that seriously.
And this is where that good cause clause in the Texas government code comes up, right?
Exactly, yeah.
They kept mentioning that the Secretary of State can, like, refuse your application or even revoke your commission.
That's right, yeah.
So I was like, what exactly constitutes good cause?
Yeah, it's not just, like, showing up late to a signing.
Right.
We're talking, like, failing to properly identify a signer.
Oh, wow.
Notarizing for family members, which is a big no-no.
Okay.
Not keeping accurate records.
Oh, okay.
These are serious breaches of conduct.
So ignorance of the law isn't going to fly here.
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. And that's why I think their training is so valuable.
Yeah.
Because, it might not be technically required by the state,
Right.
but it's about protecting yourself and your clients.
Right. Okay. So they offer a range of courses from like a basic training workshop for those brand new to the field,
Yeah.
all the way up to like very specialized courses like their loan signing agent program, which I want to dive into a little bit more.
Yes, that one is fascinating.
It is. So it's like they've got a course for every stage of a notary's journey.
It seems that way, yeah.
But that loan signing agent course, what's the deal with that?
Okay, so imagine this. You're a notary public,
Okay.
but you specialize in real estate transactions. You understand loan documents, closing procedures, and you can walk clients through the process with confidence.
So you become kind of an asset to these like real estate agents and title companies and lenders.
Exactly. You're the go-to expert in that specific area.
So it's like you're leveling up.
Yes, exactly. Leveling up your notary game.
And speaking of leveling up, they have this whole like
Yeah.
patron community.
Yes, I love
Like
that.
a secret society of notaries or
It's
something.
not so secret, actually.
Okay.
But it's brilliant.
Okay.
It's a fantastic way to foster a sense of community
With it.
and ongoing learning
I like it. Oh, okay.
with varying levels of access,
Interesting.
resources, networking opportunities, even discounts on courses.
Okay, so you've aced all your courses. You're part of the in crowd. You're ready to take the notary world by storm.
Uh-huh.
And then crickets.
Right.
Nobody's calling.
Yeah.
No clients.
The phones aren't ringing.
Yeah.
Eh.
But thankfully, they had a mini course for that, too.
Of course they do. They've thought of everything.
Of course they did.
Yeah, it's the business side of things that I think a lot of people overlook.
Right.
You know, just because you have the skills and the knowledge doesn't mean the clients are just going to magically appear.
Right. They have to know you exist.
Yeah, they have to know you exist. They have to understand the value you offer.
Right. And they have to trust you with
Exactly.
these really important documents.
Absolutely, yeah. This is where marketing comes in, networking,
Right.
building those relationships. It's
Yeah,
crucial.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's not just about, like, standing on a street corner being like, hey, I'm a notary.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
You got to find the right people.
absolutely.
You got to craft the right message.
It's like fishing, you know? You
Yeah.
wouldn't use the same bait to catch a marlin as you would to catch a trout.
Okay.
You got to know where your ideal clients kind of swim, so to speak, and tailor your approach accordingly.
That makes sense. So let's say, hypothetically, I've, like, landed a client,
Uh-huh.
right? I'm feeling good. I've got my stamp. I've got my seal. I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But then curveball,
Okay.
they only speak Spanish.
Oh,
Can we even proceed if the notarial certificate is in English?
that's where things can get a little tricky.
Okay.
And it really highlights how important it is to understand the nuances of Texas notary law.
Okay.
But thankfully, this is something that the Academy addresses head-on in their training.
Oh, good.
They actually dedicate a whole section to dealing with foreign language documents
Interesting.
and the proper procedures for notarizing translations,
What?
because it's all about making sure there's clarity and accuracy for
Right.
everyone involved.
So, like, knowing a second language is helpful, but it's not like I can just start,
Right.
translating things for people.
Exactly. You're a notary public,
Right.
not a translator.
Got it.
There are specific protocols in place for you to notarize those translations to
Got it.
make sure everything remains legally valid.
So it's just like another layer of protection for everybody involved.
Exactly. Yes.
It's amazing how something that seems so easy,
I know.
like just witnessing a signature,
Right.
can get really complicated really fast.
It's true.
It's like one of those choose your own adventure books, but like every wrong turn
Right.
lands you in legal trouble.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, the Academy also really emphasized
Yes.
understanding unauthorized practice of law.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
UPL, it sounds serious.
It is, and it's a trap that I think even, like,
Okay.
well-intentioned notaries can fall into.
Really?
Yeah, because it's about knowing your boundaries.
Okay.
You're a guardian of legality,
Right.
not a legal advisor.
So it's like, no matter how much I learn about this stuff,
Right.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
You are not a lawyer. Yeah. And it's not even just about
Okay.
giving explicit legal advice.
Right.
It's the subtle things too, like
Okay.
if you were to help somebody choose
Oh, right.
the right notarial certificate
Right.
for their document,
Okay.
that seems helpful, right?
Right, yeah.
But that could be misconstrued as practicing law without a license.
Oh, wow. I see. So you're really there to just witness the signature,
Exactly.
not to interpret anything about the contents of the document.
Exactly. You got it.
Okay, now what happens if a signer, has a disability
Okay.
that prevents them from physically signing their name?
That's a great question, and it's another area where I think the Academy really shines.
Okay.
Because they dedicate a good portion of their training to making sure that notaries are prepared.
To handle a variety of different situations,
Yeah.
ethically and legally.
Right.
And when it comes to disabilities, there are options available.
Sure.
Maybe they use a signature stamp.
Right. Okay.
But all of this has to be done, of course, in accordance with Texas law.
Of course. Yeah. It sounds like a lot to keep straight.
It is.
Which kind of makes me wonder,
Yeah.
for someone who wants to make this like their full-time gig,
Right.
what does the Academy recommend?
It seems like they're really big on the loan signing agent path.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I mean,
Right.
the real estate industry is booming.
It really is.
And the demand for mobile notaries
Right.
who can really kind of get in there, understand those loan documents, understand the closings.
Right. It's only increasing.
Yeah.
So it's a great way for notaries to specialize.
Okay.
And potentially earn a higher income.
So it's like taking all of that base notary knowledge.
Yes.
And then like hyper-focusing it.
Exactly.
Into that real estate world.
Yeah, putting on that real estate lens.
Okay.
And their loan signing agent course really dives deep into all the nuances of those loan documents, deeds, mortgages, the whole shebang.
All 9 yards.
Making sure that you understand not only what you're signing, but the implications for everyone involved.
Yeah.
And they even cover how to build those relationships.
Oh, cool.
With title companies and lenders.
Okay.
Which can make or break your business.
Oh, for sure, especially in that field. Absolutely. So it's not just about being a notary.
Right.
It's about becoming a trusted partner in the real estate transaction.
Yeah, like a real valuable part of that whole process.
Exactly.
And they don't just leave you hanging with the business side of it either.
No, they don't. They give you advice on like marketing your services to this specific niche.
Okay.
How to set competitive fees.
Right.
How to manage, just the day-to-day of your loan signing business.
It's like they're giving you the blueprint.
Yeah.
To be successful.
Pretty much.
In this very specific corner of the notary world.
That's a great way to put it.
But what happens when you run into something that's just like totally unexpected?
Right.
Something your training didn't cover.
Yeah. You're going to come across those curveballs.
Right. Like, what do I do then?
That's where the patron community really comes into play.
Oh. Yeah.
Remember those membership that we talked about?
Right.
They're not just about getting discounts and extra course materials.
Okay.
It's about having that support system, connecting with other notaries.
Got it.
Who have probably experienced similar challenges.
Yeah, it's like I've got this direct line to all of these other notaries who've been there, done that.
Exactly.
They can like walk me off the ledge.
Absolutely. And think about it, when you work independently, just having that group of people who understand the unique challenges and rewards of this, profession.
It's invaluable.
It can be huge.
Throw your questions out there.
Absolutely.
See what other people are doing.
Get those quick answers from people who've, been there, done that.
Okay, so like the digital water cooler.
Exactly.
For notaries.
I love that. Plus, you get unlimited access to a library of these pre-recorded training videos.
Oh, cool.
That cover a wide range of, notary-related topics.
So if you're more of a visual learner?
Yeah, exactly. It's not just like, slides and bullet points.
Yeah.
These are engaging. They're really practical.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you get discounts on additional courses. So you can continue that learning and keep building your skills.
Okay.
Plus, you get direct support from their lead instructor.
No way.
Yeah. You can get specific advice, ask your questions, troubleshoot, maybe those challenging situations you're facing.
So it's like having a personal notary mentor.
Exactly.
Oh, that's incredible.
Especially when you're first starting out,
Right. You're building your business.
You need that extra guidance.
Need somebody in your corner. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It sounds like they really have thought of everything.
They really have.
To support notaries at any stage.
And I think that's what's so great about it. It's not just about getting people in and out the door with a certificate.
Right. It's about building up the profession as a whole.
Exactly. Yeah. Creating these ethical and successful notaries, which benefits everybody.
Right. It benefits the clients. It benefits the notaries themselves. I mean, it's
good for everybody. Yeah.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into the world of Texas notary publics, what's like the key takeaway here for our listener?
I would say whether you're interested in the traditional in-person role, or you're excited about the possibilities of online notarization, being a Texas notary public is a profession that's ripe with possibilities.
Okay.
It's not just a side hustle. It's not just a rubber stamp. It's a vital part of legal and financial transactions.
It's so important.
It's so important. And it really does require that unique blend of knowledge, integrity, and attention to detail.
You got to be on top of it.
Yeah, you got to be on top of it.
It's about being that trusted guardian.
Exactly.
Of legitimacy.
Yeah, making sure those signatures are legit.
Yes.
Legally binding.
And with the demand for these services only increasing.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in our digital world.
Yeah.
This could be a really viable, interesting
absolutely
career path for people.
It could be a great career.
Yeah. So listener, if this deep dive has piqued your interest, and how could it not? Right.
Right.
Explore it. Check out the Academy's website,
Yeah, do your research.
Watch Phyllis's videos. She's great. She's got tons of information on there.
She's fantastic.
And maybe even take the plunge and enroll in one of these courses.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
What do you have to lose? You might find your next passion.
You might find your next passion. Exactly.
Who knew? Official stamps and notarial seals could be so exciting, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It's the place to be.
This is the place to be. All right. Well, thank you as always for
It's my pleasure.
For diving into this with me.
Happy to be here.
It was a pleasure, all right. And we'll see you all next time for another deep dive.
See you next time.